Good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is James. This is not the first video I want you to watch if you've never been here before. This is not a good representation of what we do on this channel, but today I had such a little you get an itch in your craw? I don't know the saying. I was gonna say you get a bug in your stomach. That's definitely not it either. You know when you have to do something, you just really have to do it. I really wanted to take a self-portrait today, and of all days I have allergies kind of puffing up my eye, I look a wreck, I don't have my beard, and I thought, you know what, I mean, that's a great time to do it, right? Self-portraits always make you feel a bit better once they're all nice and finished and edited, of course, but I felt like that's just what I want to do today, and I haven't done any journaling related to this. I've done episodes in the past of a series called She Leapt Off the Page, where I would take a muse from my journal and we'd kind of bring her to life. But this is not really that. I've done self-portraits of myself before that I've shared online, but I've never actually filmed the process or kind of walked anyone through it. And there is a little bit of an element of creativity that goes into it. I already have some weird ideas that I don't know if they're gonna work or not, but I figured since it is a part of something that I do creatively and I love to share all of my creative endeavors with you, then this would be something I'd try and film today. It's gonna be I've never done this before, so I really don't know how I'm gonna go. I think I'm just gonna set the camera up in the room somewhere and just edit it all together, I guess, once it's done. Oh, I'm spitting already. But yeah, I've kind of got an idea of what I want to wear. We'll just go in clips. Let's just see if this all comes together. If you hate this video, don't worry about it. I'll go back to journaling at some point next week. But I just wanted to share this with you and create this self-portrait. Let's just see what happens. My husband's a photographer, by the way. If you don't know, my husband, Steve Lamona's photography, I'll link his thing in the description below. He does amazing photography. I always want to be in the studio and I always want to be in front of the camera. I've always loved to play top model, and fashion photography is a really big thing for me. I've just loved it ever since I was a teenager. I used to want to be a fashion designer. I was just reading a book, a Tim Walker book called Storyteller, which is just a visual kind of album of his work, but it also has some of his sketchbook and his journal in there where he makes notes about the photo shoots that he wants to do or the things that he wants to put in there. And I don't know, just reading it just got me so inspired. I have to do it today. And I really just thought it would be a fun thing to go through, and we can just see how, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of, composition and creative trickery with the lighting and the setup. And I don't know too much about photography. I barely know how to shoot on manual mode, but I believe any creative endeavor, I mean, if you've got the will to go and do it, you should just go and do it. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. I feel a little bit vulnerable because, like I said, I don't really know how to do everything properly. But we're going to create something, and whatever we create, I'm going to be proud of it and I'm going to share it with you if you're seeing this video. If you're not seeing this video, don't worry about it. I obviously hated it. It didn't work out, and you're probably watching a journaling video instead. Let's get into it. I need to pick out an outfit first of all. I have something in mind. Let's go look. All right, at the op shop the other day, I found this for $3, which is incredible. It's such a beautiful little hat. I feel like it's an old, Girl Scouts hat from Australia. It has this Australian pin on it, so obviously I had to get it for that reason. I just love red. Red's my favorite color, and I love a good, solid hat. And then this, I wore this in my Virtual Voyage 3 portraits for I think it was the Romeo and Juliet one. I really want to wear this because it is just loose and blousy, and I love I love when light hits all of this kind of draped fabric. I feel like that looks really dramatic. And I don't know how else I'm gonna wear it. I mean, these are the only two things I really have. I might put my chains on just for a bit of jewelry, a bit of bling. I gotta do my hair, which I was thinking actually. I was thinking I should do something creative and draw all over my face, but I might not. I might see how the portrait looks, and if I need to add anything, I'll add it then, because it's gonna be hard to take off. I felt like for my hair, I kind of want to curl it and put it, if I do end up curling it, I'll just insert the footage of me doing that while I speak, but I kind of want to curl it and stick it up against my hat. I'm not quite sure. Maybe something really graphic, so instead of it looking like hair, it's just kind of one big curl up against the hat. I feel like that would look really dramatic. I do need to get rid of this red cord, but for now I'm going to tuck it up in the hat when I wear it because I don't really want to cut it off. I might want to use it later. But yeah, that is that. I also got to freshen up my face, moisturize and everything, and then kind of set up where I want to do everything. So let me primp and preen a little bit, and then I'll be back to set up the space. All right, I'm not doing makeup, so lighting is gonna have to help the rest, and that's why God invented Photoshop. So here is the look. That needs to curl in front like that, I feel. But I might change this, I'm not quite sure. This is my shirt, super big, super blousey. What if it's giving Boy George a little bit. I'm curious about something. What's going on like this? Honestly, I don't hate that. See all this like extra blousey fabric? The light will pick it up really, really pretty. Do I hate this? Censored. There you go. I do like a bit of chest to be showing. I don't know if I am feeling the hair like this. Maybe I'll go and redo the hair, but I do love this idea. It's very graphic. A pose like this, or oh, that's good. It's giving Grace Jones too. I like that. Let me fix the hair. I want different hair. Okay, I'm ready. I probably should have set up the room before I got ready because now I have to kind of undo this a little bit and then set up. But that is what I want to wear. I'm gonna go put my chains on as well. I don't know where I want to do it. I've done one where the camera was over there before. There's a bed over there if you don't know, that's what Oliver was laying on. I put the camera up there, that's why there's a cardboard on there because I used that to balance out the tripod. And I did it facing this way. I had to get the camera really far back because I only have the kit lens and a fixed like 50mm. I don't know if I want to use the 50 because it's just so zoomed in, but I'm gonna have to figure out where I want it. Don't touch that, Oliver. He's gonna get his hair everywhere. I could twist this desk around this way though, and well, I can't shoot it. I'd ideally like to use this side window light here, but if I turn to the side, that's a pretty good side light. I have a ring light over here that I can plug in just for an extra bit if I need it, which I might do. I'm gonna move this desk around this way and just see what happens. I don't really want to clean it all up because I like the whole like messy studio aspect of it. And it is a mess, it's a bomb site. I like the idea of kind of shooting up into this way. I'm gonna have to get the camera and even see what I can achieve with this composition because who knows at this point. Let me test this out. Okay, I have a tripod, so this will be the only way I can kind of figure it out because it has to be on self-timer. Oh, I should probably button this up while we're going. I want it low, I think. My allergies are killing me. Alright, I want it lower, so I've got a much steeper angle. I don't really want to do it portrait, but it might be better because then I can get up into this, can kind of frame all of this. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So where it's at right now is giving this, and I think I want more of all of that in focus. Oh, my knees. I'm getting a very intimate look at this studio, and I don't think I've ever done a studio tour in here. It's just really small, but I love it. Okay, this is lower. Now I have to figure out how to get this to go sideways. Is that as sideways as it goes? I just don't think that's gonna work. It's a pretty weird angle that way. It's all very fiddly. I wonder if that would work. I'll show you what I'm seeing now. So we're a lot lower now, and it's giving like a bit of a wonky angle, but does it work? I'm not quite sure. I'm just gonna fiddle a little bit more because I want it to be, I'm gonna set it all up, like it has to be what I want. Let me go back to landscape. I think I like landscape. It's just a wider scope and it's fun to kind of crop it panoramic sometimes. I'm gonna put it on movie mode so I can kind of get a live feed for what's going on. I'm using only like one tripod leg at this point to kind of get a really steep angle on it. There's only so far I can go before it becomes unstable, but I have a sandbag over there I could probably use. I get real creative with how I prop it up. I can't decide whether I want to see the corner of the roof or not. Like, is that weird? Yeah, now it's not going to stand up, see? I'm going to use my iPad to try and hold it up. There you go. Oh, it works. The composition I'm struggling with, I'll show you. There's no like crazy rules to any of this, but see how there's a lot of open space here and this is all kind of busy and full? I just don't know if that's what I want. I don't know if I want more full, like see that whole background is kind of full with stuff, or if I kind of split it and it's half empty, half full. It's just hard to know what I want right now. I'm gonna do like a self-timer test shot and just see what it looks like and then go from there. All right, this is the crazy part where I go over and do a test shot and then see what happens. Oh, I gotta make it up. Oh no, I set it to 10 shots. And this is what we got. Honestly, that's not a bad setup. I don't hate that. But there's no light on my face, so I'm gonna need to move that ring light, I think. Oh look, magic in there. I'm gonna open up this window as well. That'll give me some light on the front. Open it all the way up. Do you know what? Maybe I'll do another test shot and see if that worked. You should probably look to the side as well, then I can kind of cheat towards the light and see if that helps. I'm gonna go towards the edge of the desk, like over by the back. I'm gonna cheat towards the light this time. This is literally this process repeated a million times until you get it. So I don't know how to tether to a computer or anything. I'm gonna close the back blind this time, see what that looks like. I still think I'm gonna need light on the front though. That's actually better. So here are some of the small differences that I'm seeing. That's with the window open. That's with it closed. Can you see the light, the ambient light? I'm gonna bring around the ring light though. I just don't think I can get around it. Actually, I hate moving this thing. There we go. I have to turn that main switch on, but then it turns this one on to turn it off. That's the ring light. I feel like it's not pointing in the right direction just yet. I'm all hot and sweaty. I have to go and get ready again. I'm gonna tilt the ring light down because I only want the top part of this light to feather off my forehead. I don't actually want it pointing at me like this, just kind of feathering off the top of my forehead. There we go. Let's see what all that looks like. And yeah, Oliver's coming. Sorry, Oliver blocked your view. And that right there is with some ring light. Completely different, right? I'm still gonna adjust it, I think. If I move it kind of sideways, this way I can make the rest of that desk a little bit darker. Round 50. It's better. I think now I'm just gonna have to get out of auto and see what it looks like on manual mode. Trying something different now because I kind of like what it looks like to pose over here in this corner, but I need more light. And I'm actually thinking, what if I just pose with the light? Because that will give you the most dramatic effect. I can kind of pull it towards me if I want to move it away. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be very top model. Also, the angle is now kind of eliminating what's on the desk, so I have to fix that a little bit. It's definitely a lot more dramatic, which I love. Ooh, just saved it. Wow. I'm just experimenting with the lighting now. I'm gonna try a bit of movement too. Okay, I think I've got everything where I want it. I'm exhausted. And now I'm gonna start. I have to go freshen up a little bit because I'm a little roasty toasty. And then I will set you up so that you can see kind of everything that's going on. I've just set it to 10 shots per each auto timer, so it's just gonna keep going. And I've decided this is gonna be like part dancey, like a little bit dancey. So it's gonna be a bit about movement. I'm all up in the light. I like where we're at. We're just gonna go for it and we'll see where we end up.
Take a pretty outfit and go. Show yourself right out of my zone. Now before I lose my control. Grass is always greener, you know. So I used to stand in it, go. Run back home to mama, let's go. Run boy run, run boy run, run boy run away. Run boy run, run boy run, run boy run away.
that. I'm sweaty and I'm hot. I'm gonna put them on my computer and we'll chat from there. I need to get a drink of water. That was surprisingly tiring. But I got some good shots. I'm really happy with it. Everything's gotta go back to where it came from. This is the worst part. Okay, I'm a little bit happier now. A little bit cooler. I had some water. I'm just gonna pop this in here. I've completely forgotten how to make a Lightroom catalog. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Let me upload all these photos and then we'll pick some. Alleluia Kim, I managed to do it. There are 156 photos, including our test shots. Let's have a look at some of these test shots, shall we? Love that. Okay, so all I'm going to do is go through 156 of these, and then I'm going to edit them. So let me pick the ones I want first, and I'll kind of show you my last selections. So I have narrowed it down to these 12, and I have a pretty good idea about what I want to pick. So let's just pick one for now, and then I'll kind of show you what I do to edit them. Like this one. I think I kind of like this one. I'm going to start with this one. So we go to develop. This is not a tutorial by any means. I play with the exposure to see how much information is in the photo. You can see it's really hot with the highlights up here, obviously, because that's where the light is. And we can raise a lot of the information. Computer editing is really wild these days because you can usually you can pick out everything you want. So say I didn't want to add any brightness here, I can invert that filter. Now I can lift everything around me. So say I just wanted to bring a bit of brightness back. That's hard to say. Bring a bit of brightness back. I can choose to do that. I can even put a bit of color temperature in the room. So this is all just playing with general stuff, but we do have some presets here. I don't have a lot of presets on mine, so I'm pretty limited with what I can use. I do love a good black and white though. That's pretty. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this for maybe around an hour probably, just picking what I like. I'll show you a bit of that process and have a chat to you in a voiceover, and then reveal my final edit. And I probably will print it out from my journal, so I'll show you that too. Anyway, let me ramble on in my voiceover so you can see this come to life. I mean, what really else is there to say? Obviously, I'm doing a bit of photo editing. I'm no whiz in Lightroom. I don't really know how to use any application on my computer properly, but I'm all self-taught. If I ever have a little query, I go straight to YouTube, Google something, and I find the answer pretty quickly. I just like to fiddle. It's just fiddle. And when I feel like I've landed on something that my eyes are saying yes to, then I just kind of go with that. It's all very subjective art, isn't it? But I had a wonderful time getting my Annie Leibovitz on for this. I just love to edit. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm not gonna edit. It's gonna be very natural and real. I can appreciate everyone for where they stand aesthetically, but I'm a keen editor. I love a good, this is part of the fantasy for me too, right? It's like drawing and illustrating. I'm not really ever drawing and illustrating things that I would see realistically in real life. I'm always stylizing it or pushing the boundaries of how I can imagine it. And I think the same goes for photography. For me, photography is just another visual art medium. And the type of photography that I really enjoy is very fantastical. It does have these roots in fashion photography, and so it can be very editorial. It can just not make sense, and it not making sense makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So I just love to do it, even if it looks stupid, it looks crazy, it looks wrong. Extra is extra, and I'd love to be the extra most plus in every single way. So this just really works for me. I did actually have a hard time picking between the final two. Usually I'm really decisive. So I thought that was funny that I really couldn't pick. I printed both of them out, and it was until this point that I feel like it's like, okay, I'll go with this one. I really liked the one where I was looking away from the camera. I don't know, it's very unusual. I liked it. I really liked it, actually. I had a great time doing all of this. Thank you so much for sharing in this with me. I know it was a bit of a random video, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing another bit of a creative process over here at jlbCREATIVE. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.